Hey everybody, I wanted to take a little time today to do a payoff video on the Belk residence that you guys were following for the last couple of years. It's all finished and obviously decorated for Christmas, but I wanted to just kind of show off kind of what Cutting Edge does, and that we kind of create a lot of bespoke, one-off, custom architectural features, and we'll show off a few different features here today and kind of show you what we do. So a lot of people, when we were first building this house, noticed that everything was on a weird angle. That's kind of by design. It's to let sunlight in those top windows, the clear stories. A lot of natural light. During the day, you need no lights turned on in the house, basically. The rusty metal is something you'll see on a lot of fancy architectural buildings. It's called Corten steel. It's an alloy that's made to patina and rust on the surface, but not corrode all the way through, so it lasts years and years. And that was all custom made at Advanced Metal Fab in Springfield. The concrete below is something we do personally on site. We call it our Ondo wall. It's kind of a nickname we gave it. The architects at Archifect Studios that designed this house said, hey, can you guys do this? We figured out, yeah, we can. And what that is kind of homage to Tadao Ando. He's a really famous architect from Japan who uses this a lot. You've seen it in the Austin Art Museum, a lot of places throughout the world. It's basically just a forming system, but we take our time, make it symmetrical. We do a lot of fancy, trim work on the inside of the form to make it look nice, as opposed to just pouring a concrete wall that we're planning on covering up. We use it as a finished material. That's a lot of fun. We're the only guys around that do it. This is the main entry of the house. We can kind of walk through the front door here. We did, obviously there's an Ondo wall here. At night it has lights built into the concrete. We cast that in situ where all the wires run through the concrete where you cannot see. So one of the really cool features that this area of the house has, this is the entry, the kitchen and the living room over here, we'll kind of show that, is we have two cast in place concrete fireplaces where we recessed the fireplace into it seamlessly. It was one of those things we really had to do a lot of thought in the early stages of the house, because we had to know exactly what fireplace was going here and do a lot of fancy forming. And we actually poured it laying on the ground right here and had a crane come out and set it up. And if you look this way, there's another one that bookends the kind of the heart of the home, the kitchen, dining, and living area. And they face each other, and this is just where everybody hangs out most of the time, looks out towards the pool. So the pantry, we put a commercial Frigidaire fridge, and the funny thing was it doesn't fit through the door, so we actually had to go, luckily there's no ceiling, so me and a bunch of Amish guys scaffolded up and actually carried it up and over the top, which was kind of a hilarious situation. But the pantry holds all the stuff you don't want to see in the kitchen. Nice big pantry, a lot of nice natural light, and it's just right behind the kitchen wall. So yeah, this is the main area of the house, and if you notice, it's 9 a.m. and there's no lights on in the house, and there's plenty of light because of the way the architects designed it with the clear story windows above to let lots of natural light in. They actually do something called a solar study when they design a house with this much glass, where they make sure after they put it on the property, they have some software that shows them where the sun will be and where it will shine, so you kind of don't end up with the sun directly in your eyes much, but you have plenty of natural light. All of the cabinets were custom built by us at Cutting Edge throughout the house. We actually built all the cabinets and all the doors in this house. And I actually saw these slats at another project and I loved it. So we did all the main doors of the house. The cabinets are more of a seamless walnut, modern look, just flat panel. It's really in style right now. Soapstone counter, which is kind of an interesting stone. It's not shiny like a lot of granite, but it's a really warm product, and it's very interesting to your eye because it changes depending on if it's wet or dry. So this is a walnut butcher block dining table that we came up with the idea of cantilevering it. If you kind of notice, if you move the chairs, there's no legs. This is just floating off the end of the island. We had to kind of come up with a steel structure that goes back into the cabinet. I mean, you can jump up and down on this, it really doesn't move. This was one of our fun little, problem solver issues that we had to come up with to make this look. I mean, once you throw the chairs under, you don't even really notice, but it's just floating, which is was a lot of fun to build. Yeah, so one of the things that a lot of people have seen from our beach houses to these houses are we like to get really fancy with our staircases. This one, no exception. There's actually a steel structure in each one of these stairs. These cables are not doing anything from a perspective of actually holding the stairs up. They were free standing before we put this on. This was just for safety, so people can't fall through. But they're floating stairs. There's nothing really holding them up, and they do it down there too. So it just gives you an appearance of kind of a harp or something that's holding everything up. So kind of a cool staircase made of all walnut. Okay, so I just wanted to show you kind of a close-up of the doors. These doors go throughout the house, and they're clad with walnut slats, both sides. It was actually a lot more work than we expected, and very tricky, but I think it made a really cool look. Did the backs of the cabinets. Obviously the cabinet doors are the same, just solid, flat panel walnut. But this little kitchenette in the basement. Another feature you might have seen from upstairs is most of the floors in the house, other than the walnut and the carpet in the bedrooms, are polished concrete. And we had to plan on that going in because we don't want to get it dirty. There's certain additives we put on the surface of the concrete so it polishes better. This is just a hall bath. I wanted to show you kind of what we do on the vanities. The doors can be a lot different on one of these, but they float. We're putting a lot of weight with granite or soapstone or any of the quartzite countertops. They all weigh a lot. And when there's nothing supporting this outer corner, we pay a lot more attention to the structural detail of the cabinet than normal. Okay, so this is the back of that same Corten feature from the front of the house, bedroom wing of the house. You kind of get a little closer feel for the patina and the way the water and the dew in the morning kind of react with it, makes it really interesting. And the Ondo wall back here that kind of just turns out, and you can also see the whole roof and stuff is on a 90-degree angle on the main part of the house that is tilted on a 5-degree pitch. That's why it's leaning. That's all kind of by design, just makes it shed the rain and look interesting. And here, as I said, is the couch folds out into a bed. It has a mini split that keeps it very, very cozy in here. So this is the pool area. One thing we do, we build our own pools on these projects, and we build an ICF, which is the insulated concrete forms. You've seen some of my other videos where I talk about that. We do ICF shells. We do them with vinyl liners. We do them with plaster. Most of the time on houses like this, we do a plaster pool. They're obviously a lot more expensive, but you can do a lot more interesting architectural things with the shape and size and everything. This one has a separate hot tub. It's giant for a hot tub. I mean, I think he's had 15 or 20 kids playing in it. The pool is 20 foot by 40 foot. It's got 9 foot deep in. It's a lot of room to play for the kids. He's got an outdoor kitchen. This is actually a fire pit. And there's a nice outdoor space with this wing that hangs out, I believe, 21 feet from the house that goes actually cantilevers out over the pool 7 or 8 feet. So this is the kind of the outdoor hub of the house during the summer. This place, I don't think ever gets quiet. From the beginning of the video, you might have noticed there was a detached garage. Pretty fancy, really, for a detached garage. The point is, in this neighborhood, you're not allowed to just have a metal building or anything. So he has a lot of vehicles and fun stuff. So he made this building to house that, but he also put a guest house, just like a bedroom out here. So when he has family come in, they can stay privately on their own.